as if you get up here and as soon as you get around them, you revert back to the same old you. And no, that's not how that goes. You must be able to withstand this wrath. You hear me? And the greater the level, the bigger the devil. So you're going to see that devil in your loved ones before you see it in anyone else. You know, I still, please, don't think that I am not in this equation. I still sit in this space here today. And I'm sitting here in front of you on the line every day doing these teachings and things here, you know. And I just got messages from my daughter here this morning talking about, the old me. But everything she said, this is the thing. Everything that she's saying is applying to who I used to be 2 generations ago, a whole 20 years ago. So here it is that my daughter is sitting in that space of that unhealing. Do you see what I'm saying here? And until she's able to vibrate up and reach this level of consciousness, there's nothing that I can say nor do to make her see what she refuses to see. Because again, you elevated consciousness, you raising up has to be a conscious choice and a conscious decision. And that goes again around the board. This is a universal thing. So what happens with that is being that now, because I call it shooting. Look, they be shooting their shots. So now again, I'm talking about myself. So I got my baby here shooting all these shots at me. Look, firing away. And then every time she shoot a shot, she notices it's not taking me down. What's happening is every time she shoot a shot at me, it goes back to her. Do you see what I'm saying? Because there's a force field around me, baby. Can't nothing you say nor do to me hurt, because I am healed. Not only am I healed, I have transitioned and transformed. I am now built on a solid ground here. And I just came back here, right? So again, this is something that everybody has to get used to. Whoever is around me and in my space. So if you're not fully healed, transitioned, and transformed, especially when these people that you love so much here come along and fire these shots at you because they know just where to shoot you at to take you down here, and you don't react, then you're going to have an adverse reaction to that too. Because now that you've not responded nor reacted, that's going to be transpired to that person as they don't care. Do you hear me? And then that's going to start a whole chain event of reactions, and down and down and down and down it goes. Do you see what I'm saying? And all this is because I'm up here and she's still down here. Or vice versa. You got to be strong enough to give the people back to Jesus, to give the people back to spirit, and pray for their healing and all these things here once again. And then once you fully transition in all this, then it's your responsibility to go and bring the people up with you. But I'm going to tell you right now, just because you get up here, just because you sit in this position of power and all these things, does not mean then again they are going to see you. It depends on how thick that veil is that covers their eyes. Okay? It depends on how much trauma, how much hurt, and all these things that is sitting in that heart and spirit. Right? It depends on how hard that mind now has hardened in certain spaces, and there is no understanding coming through right now. So again, you have to be able to pick and choose your battles, because right now you are in the midst of fighting for yourself. And I know it's hard, but I promise you, once you get yourself together and you built a certain kind of way here, you can be able to deal with it, with these situations so beautifully. You can't fully receive your healing as long as you're concerned with others. You cannot receive your healing as if every time somebody comes along, what they say and do to you is going to be able to affect your journey. You won't be able to receive your healing that way. But still, I need you to know this is a part of the testing. The light and the dark is always in war for you, this one vessel. So be mindful of this. This is the most important journey that you're ever going to take. If you've never done something worth everything, now aren't you worth everything? Because I know you're tired. I know you've had enough. You have to be able to stand your ground. And slowly but surely, the people will come around. And if they don't, you have to give everybody the time and space that they need to attain their own healing. You have to respect that space as well. And like I said, I know it's hard. I'm one of the most powerful empaths you probably ever meet in your life. So me picking up other people's energy is an automatic response. People look for me just to be in my energy. I'm an energy healer. Do you understand? All this is tied into it. And you may be too. All of these things that I just mentioned about myself. So now that we're operating too out of this elevated level here, this is going to allow you to be able to step back and see these times. I want you to start using that, because I talked about that yesterday. Start stepping outside of that situation. You don't have to react right then. When you find your old body in an old situation, listen, this all you got to do is hold on and step into that new body, so then you can handle it that way. This is you getting used to going into your new self. And remember, you can keep some of that old self, but the majority of it got to go. But this is how you begin to see what you take and what you keep, and what you take and what you keep. Remember, this is all a flow. Your life is your own ebb and flow, baby. You just got to get into it. This is the time to shine right now. Okay, so if you feel this calling, if you feel this nudging, like I keep telling you, I suggest you take the call. You don't have anything to lose. And again, I suggest you go in and play with it, and then you decide which version of yourself you like the best. Okay, so I don't want you in this space exerting energy, fighting to try to convince somebody of what you are, of who you are, of what you're doing it, why you're doing it, and all these things. You don't know anybody any explanations. Okay, if the people were so concerned about what you were doing and all this here, and I'm gonna be honest with you, it is what it is, especially if they're people who are around you right on a daily basis. If they're so concerned about it, then they would be right here in this journey with you. And I said what I said, and that's how I feel about it. So again, concern yourself with yourself. This is your space. Now, I know it's a lot, because we get so focused on the big things that we're changing so we can see the outward changes, that we forget all the little fine little details behind there. And I can tell you right now, listen, I got so sick and tired of myself here when I first started transitioning, because it's like you're doing one thing and then you're trying to do that one thing the right way, but then you realize you can't just do that one thing the right way. You have to do all the steps leading up to that thing the right way, and all this here. So again, be graceful to yourself. Give yourself time. Give yourself space, and make sure that we are not so. Okay, now this is the last thing I'm going to say, I promise, and I'm going to let you go. You need to be focused on where your attention is going and how it's coming. How it's moving out of you. This is not the time to be focused on external attention. Your attention focused externally, okay? You need to be focusing your attention internally, okay? Inward. The only way for this transformation to take place successfully is you got to start doing some self-exploration, okay? You got to start exploring yourself. So that's what I want you to do for the rest of this day. Just sit there and explore yourself. You exploring yourself, it is what is going to allow you to begin to discover the things in yourself that you did not know was there yet. All these things that you did not know was there are a part of your higher self. You got to start playing with it. I want you to be working this muscle. Remember, a little bit every day is how we're going to get to mastery, okay?